it's Eva. As usual, if you aren't subscribed yet, please click the button down below as well as the little bell if you want to see every single one of my uploads, because I upload twice a week. And make sure you guys are on the notification squad, because if you guys are there and commenting within the first half an hour to an hour when I upload a video, I will be actively refreshing the comments and replying to you guys instantly. Okay, so today is my friend's birthday. Her name is Brenda, so happy birthday to you. And I decided to make a giant donut in celebration of her birthday. Though to be honest, I kind of just wanted to make a giant donut, and I've looked online everywhere. Every single giant donut is pretty much a cake. And I can tell you and guarantee you that this was not made like a cake. It was not done in a cake pan. It was not done out of cake batter. It was not covered in fondant. I tried to make it as donut-like as possible. I don't really know what specifically defines a donut, but in my terms, this is as donut as it's gonna get, and this is my first time making giant donuts. I've only made small ones before, so this was quite interesting and I did learn quite a few things from this. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's a giant freaking donut, and I have to admit, it's pretty heavy. Surprisingly heavier than I thought it would be, but here it is. My donuts. So let's get right into this, and I will tell you what I regretted doing and what I would do to improve along the way. Maybe I'll make an updated video one day, but it's not anytime in the future because this was a little stressful considering the fact that I kind of just dove into it. Alright, starting off with a big bowl, preferably bigger than the bowl that I have. You're going to want to put in 5.5 cups of flour, 2/3 of a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then mix together the dry ingredients. Then in a separate microwave safe bowl, add in 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 1/3 cups of milk, and then just warm it up in the microwave for a few seconds. Don't make it burning hot or boiling, just slightly warm. To that mixture, add 2 teaspoons of yeast. Now just mix it thoroughly and let it sit for a few minutes on the side just so that the yeast can activate. This is why you want the milk mixture to be slightly warm and not boiling hot, because you don't want to kill the yeast. Now in a separate larger bowl, add in 2 eggs. Mix up the eggs and then add in the milk mixture after the yeast has activated. Now slowly add the wet mixture to the dry mixture, and this is why I say you need a bigger bowl, because mine was too small and it was very hard to mix. Eventually though, the spoon wasn't working and I just decided to get my hands a little messy and just work with it and try to just combine everything so it becomes a dough. For flavor, I also added 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. At this point, just knead it for a few minutes until it becomes slightly sticky, but also very smooth. There are numerous ways of kneading dough, and it would definitely be a lot easier if you kneaded it on a flat surface rather than in a bowl. But you can also stretch it, twist it, stretch and fold. There's so many different ways. You're pretty much just giving the dough a workout. After that, in a clean and greased bowl, just plop the dough in and saran wrap it. So you're going to want to leave it out for an hour or an hour and a half, just until the dough has risen quite a bit. How long it takes depends on the temperature of your place. The warmer it is, the faster it rises, but that doesn't mean stick it in the oven. Then you're going to need a giant pan, because this is a really big donut after all, and just line it with any type of baking sheet. It also helps to grease it because you don't want your donut to be stuck onto this. Now just plop the dough out. Because the bowl was greased, it's easy to take it out, and that's the best part about greased bowls. And then just kind of spread it and make a hole in the middle. Making the hole in the middle can also be done with a cookie cutter. I just didn't have any, so I just stuck my fingers in and stretched it out. I also did end up ripping the aluminum foil because I did have long nails, so if you don't want that happening, then just cut your nails. And again, we're going to saran wrap it and wait again for about 45 minutes to an hour for it to rise. And if you do have problems with the saran wrap sticking, then of course just oil it again. I did also find that the hole that I made was not big enough later on, so if you guys are doing this, make sure you make the hole quite large. And then just bake it in the oven for 20 minutes at 370 degrees Fahrenheit and then 300 degrees for 25 minutes. Alright, so now for the icing, I'm going to be starting out with 3 cups of powdered sugar. Then add in 6 tablespoons of melted butter. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. If you want the color to be more vibrant or more white, then of course look for a clear extract instead of a colored one. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And this is where I went wrong. You're going to want to slowly add in and mix in the milk 1 tablespoon at a time to get the desired consistency you want. I added 6 tablespoons and it was way too liquidy, so just take it slow. By the way, here's another mistake, is that I did not sift the powdered sugar, and you have to do it or else you're gonna get clumps like I did. I thought they were air bubbles, but apparently they're not. Add in however much food coloring of any color you want. 3 drops worked perfectly fine for me. Make sure your donut is completely cool or else it's gonna make it twice as worse. And then just ice it with your frosting. And this is where I'm just telling you that it is really necessary to go really slow and control the consistency of your frosting, because mine just kind of just dripped off everywhere and it was a mess, and I had to make 2 coats. And even the 2 coats wasn't enough because it still dripped everywhere and it was just terrible. So make sure you go slow with the milk when you're adding it into the frosting. After that initial coat is dry, you're going to want to add some sprinkles. You can add real sprinkles if you want, but I kind of just made a thicker icing and made it in 3 different colors, and then just created my own large giant sprinkles to match the giant donut. I kind of made it giant as well because I wanted to cover up all the clumps of powdered sugar that I did not sift, and I think I did a pretty good job of concealing it. Okay, so if you find that there are any ugly sides of your donut or any parts that you thought you did a mistake on that looked not so great, then this is my way of improvising, is to just cut out a giant bite mark, because it's a giant donut, so you need a giant to eat it. After that, you are done. So if you did like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Let me know down below if you want me to try making any other giant things, because I think those will be fun challenges. Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!